This is the CIA, the hub of American spying. Since its creation in 1947, the agency has been notorious for its covert actions and embarrassing public failures. But the CIA's most successful spy has never been compromised. It works 24 hours a day and never sleeps. But its true nature is not always what it seems. The relationship between civil and military is more blurred than most people think.
A new tool for the 80s will be the Space Telescope. Weighing 5 tons and measuring 43 feet long by 14 feet in diameter, the Space Telescope will give astronomers unprecedented views of space, unobstructed by the veil of the Earth's atmosphere.
This is the Hubble Space Telescope, seen here in the mirror grinding facility in Danbury, Connecticut.
We are undergoing initial grinding and polishing operations at the Perkin-Elmer Corporation in Danbury, Connecticut. About 300 pounds of glass will be removed during the lengthy grinding and polishing process. The new telescope observatory is scheduled to be placed in orbit by the Space Shuttle in the 1980s and will circle the Earth at an altitude of 310 miles.
I've worked in a number of films about Hubble, and we all remember the sad story of how the mirror was ground wrongly and the images from space were blurry. On one film, we requested shots of the Hubble being built. What they supplied did not make any sense. It was a wide shot with multiple telescopes in production, but we were told not to use those images on TV. This isn't the Hubble Space Telescope. This is inside a government facility building KH-11, or codenamed Crystal, spy satellites. The similarity is not a coincidence. KH-11s preceded Hubble by 14 years. Designed to be carried up to space in a new manned orbital vehicle and maneuvered into position by astronauts. Initially not by NASA, this was a black shuttle program launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. The KH-11 is a constellation of spy satellites looking down on our Earth and not looking up into space. Following the Challenger disaster, the US Air Force cancelled all ideas of launching shuttles from Vandenberg. The CIA needed to get their KH-11 spy satellites into space, so the job was secretly given to NASA. It's interesting to note that the Space Shuttle's official name is STS, or Space Transportation System. If we look at shuttle flight logs, we can see how many times the craft was used for military purposes. The KH-11 evolved into KH-12 and 13, codenamed Keyhole and Icon. No doubt these satellites needed upgrades in space. Perfect practice for the work that was needed to be done on the Hubble Space Telescope. The resolution of a Hubble-type telescope looking down on the Earth must be amazing. We can only guess at how good they are compared to Google Satellite View we are all familiar with.
But one simple thing stops all satellites from seeing their target. Clouds. Most of the places we are interested in seeing have cloudy days that block the view. But higher electromagnetic frequencies can penetrate clouds, especially microwave energy in the form of 3D mapping radar. Again, we met this technology publicly on a NASA project, the Magellan mission to Venus. Launched from a shuttle cargo bay, NASA used this satellite to peer down through the clouds of the planet Venus to accurately map ground features. Here is a 3D graphic of the surface of Venus, a planet permanently shrouded in clouds of sulfuric acid. What we could do on this alien world would also work closer to home. The Lacrosse and Indigo satellites used a similar synthetic aperture radar that was used on Venus. Carried aloft by NASA on the shuttle and pointed down to Earth. Now, the CIA could have an eye in the sky that worked both on cloudy days and at night.
I hope you've learned something interesting, and I invite anybody with inside knowledge of these missions to contact me. If I learn anything new, I promise to share it with you. And remember, the truth is out there.